Alright, Fishaholics, I'm out here on the upper Narragansett Bay. It's May 7th, and today is a really overcast, cloudy, rainy, cold day. And I'm working my way downriver here. I got the Seaconk to the right of me, and the Providence here straight ahead. And I'm working my way down to where they pretty much intersect. And supposedly there's been some big fish around. And I got some umbrella rigs, some plugs, for trolling and casting, and there is quite a few bunker around. That's why there's, some bigger fish around. So I might, snag some bunker, and then I have my bigger rod back here where I might live line a bunker, and hopefully I can get into a slob today. But let's catch some stripers. Let's do it. The tide is up so high today because it's a new moon tide. So the tide is probably up at least 5 feet more than it has been, or maybe even 6 or maybe even 10 feet, because we've been having constant rain for the past 3-4 days. It seems like the sun doesn't even exist anymore. Haven't seen the sun in 4 or 5 days, so the water is going to be up from all the rain, and then it's a new moon tide, a new moon high tide. So this water is going to be up. Alright guys, I was going around in like 45 feet of water, and I finally found some bunker on the screen here. Huge dark cloud of bunker. And I saw some big stripers sitting on the bunker. I just got to get my hook down to the right depth where those bunker are sitting at and try and snag one. There he is, got him. Got him, baby, got him. That's how you hook a bunker, right in the mouth. Keeps them the freshest. Guys, well, good thing I found some bait, so I was able to snag this one bunker. And I actually just let him hang in the water to keep him alive, because I was fishing with a stretch 25 until I found some bait and some fish. And I had to re-rig my setup here with a fish finder rig and a 9.0 Gamakatsu bait hook, and I've got about a 2-ounce sinker on that fish finder clip, and I'm going to hook this bunker with this 9.0 right through the top jaw, out through the nostril, and I'm going to try and find that school of fish where I snagged him, because I marked a couple big bass on that school of bait. So I'm hoping there's going to be some hungry bass looking for an injured bunker. So I'm going to kind of drop this down 25-30 feet or so, and I'm going to kind of slowly pedal and kind of troll it until I find that school of fish. Alright guys, so I found the massive school of bunker here in around 48-50 feet of water. I've got some marks of some stripers sitting on this bunker. So hopefully my my live line here, or my baited rod here, will take a fancy to a big striper, and I'll be able to get a hit. There's so much bunker down there. It's actually 50 feet of water, but it's my fish finder's marking it as like 12 feet because the bait is so thick. It's 12 feet down. It's just ridiculous how much bait there is. I've never fished with live line bunker before. Or a whole bunker, actually. I fished with bunker chunks. I've live lined scup or porgies, but never really live lined bunker. So if I get a big one today, it'll be my first fish on a whole and live bunker, which would be sweet. Just had a fish play with it. He was bumping it, trying to eat it. It might have been, a smaller size bass. Hooked up right here. Hooked up. Oh yeah, you guys missed the hook set, but it's hard to, wait and film at the same time. Oh, there he is. Woo! Nice bass. Nice bass. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Biggest one of the season right there. Heck yeah, man. On a live bunker. Oh. Whew. Yeah, not a bad one right there. Okay. Woo! Not a bad fish, guys. Not at all. Woo! On that whole live bunker. This is my first striper I've ever caught on a live bunker. Heck yeah. All right, guys. Let's unhook this beauty and get her back in the water so she can get 60 pounds. First, though, I'm gonna try out my new kayak bump board here that I made myself. I made it for the kayak fishing challenge by myself. You bump the striper right to there, and that is a just shy of a 32-inch bass. Not bad right there. Probably around a 15-pounder. I'm gonna post the video soon, or I'm gonna post it before this video, of how to do it yourself and make this kayak bump board, which goes from 0 to 60 inches. Woo! Let's get this beauty back in the water. Oh shoot. There she goes. She was ready to go fast. Let's catch another. Woo! There he is. All right, guys, finally got another bunker. It took me like 40-50 minutes to finally snag one, and then I can start striper fishing again. I need some fresh live bait. Wow, this is a pretty big bunker. He's pulling extremely hard. I must have hooked him in the tail. Wow, he's pulling drag. I'm using like my really light tackle striped bass setup, and man, bunker fight hard. There's nothing better than, no way. It's a striped bass. No way. What? What? I hooked this striped bass in the he ate. This is unbelievable, guys. I caught a striped bass in the mouth with a treble hook. This crazy striped bass ate a treble hook. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. What? I just caught a striped bass on a treble hook. That's great. That is crazy. Well, that was pretty cool. Kind of a good way to end the day as I'm working my way back to the launch site. And yeah, today was a pretty decent day. I mean, I came out for a couple hours, caught, you know, a nice 32-inch bass on a live bunker, my first ever on a live bunker. And you know, the bunker today was really scattered, so I had a really hard time snagging bunker. And I had a couple chances where they were on the treble hook and they just flipped off, they just fell off the hook. And then the one that I thought was a bunker, I cast it into a school, and it ended up being a small school striper around, you know, 20-25 inches or so. And nah, probably not 25, probably like 20 inches, 18-20 inches. And you know, then I trolled around with the stretch 25 here, and you know, saw some schools of bunker, tried to snag some more, couldn't really make it happen. So it's getting towards the end of the outgoing tide right now. I'm gonna get off the water and probably come back later in the evening, but for now I'm gonna go and try and find some fish elsewhere. You know, maybe do some surf casting somewhere else. But there's that helicopter. Woo! But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you can hear my voice. The helicopter's right above my head. But yeah, don't forget to post a comment in the comment section below if you have any questions, or look in the description below for any more information about this video. And never forget, live to fish, fish to live. I'll see you guys out on the water.